How I ended up in my neighbor's will. A few months ago, I moved into a new apartment building. First time living alone. First time realizing I have absolutely no idea how to cook rice without Googling it. Anyway, across the hall lived this older woman named Mrs. Kaplan. She was probably in her 80s, walked with a cane that had a tiny built-in flashlight on it, which honestly was kind of legendary, and she always wore these robes covered in embroidered cats. Massive grandma energy. One day, the elevator in our building broke, and I helped her carry her groceries up the stairs. When we got to her door, she handed me a butterscotch candy and said, "You're a good boy, just like my grandson." I thought she was just being sweet and nostalgic. Nope. After that, she started calling me Ben. Problem was, my name is not Ben. Every time I corrected her, she'd squint at me and say, "Don't be difficult, Ben." Eventually, I gave up. I became Ben. She'd knock on my door holding Tupperware containers full of mysterious casseroles and say things like, "Eat this. You're too skinny." Ben was too skinny too. Poor thing. And honestly, free homemade food is free homemade food. Who was I to argue? Then one day, she invited me to what she called a family dinner. I assumed it would just be me, her, and maybe a cat sitting at the table. Wrong. I walked in and half of her actual family was there staring at me like, "Who is this guy?" And then Mrs. Kaplan proudly announces, "Everyone, this is Ben. He's back from Tokyo." Tokyo. Apparently, I had been living in Tokyo this whole time. Suddenly, I'm trapped in this bizarre accidental roleplay where I apparently work in tech and still play the trumpet. I haven't touched the trumpet since middle school band, but at this point, I'm just nodding and smiling like I'm auditioning for a Netflix drama. But here's the twist. She knew. A few weeks later, she pulled me aside and quietly said, "I know you're not Ben, but I like having you around." And honestly, that kind of destroyed me emotionally. Last week, she called me over to help fix her TV. While I was messing with the remote, she casually said, "You'll take the cat figurines when I'm gone, right?" I already put in the will. So now, apparently I'm inheriting a collection of cat figurines because I accidentally became someone else's honorary grandson. And honestly, I think Ben would have wanted it that way.